How you guys doing today? I'm Webtoon King, and today I'll be doing the 10 great families from the Tower of God series. So let's start. Let's talk about the 10 great family. The 10 great families are basically 10 warriors that climbed. They were the first people to climb the tower of the king of Zahad, the King Zahad. So they were basically his teammates. First people to climb. Also, a lot of people don't know this for some reason, but every single one of them are irregulars, and just how Bomb is irregular, all of the 10, the leaders of the 10 great families are irregulars, and so that's a cool fact. They're also part of the ruling class, basically, quote unquote, the nobles. They're considered nobles in the tower now. Uh, the 10 great families, they're also made to deal with the administrator to be immortal, so they can't die. So that's why some of them they're like 125, 150, but they look like they're 18 really. And if you're a child of one of these 10 great families, and you wasn't well, if you're a child of one of them, you guys are likely to live in a floating castle. And if you're a child but you didn't get selected to climb the tower, basically, yeah, you be living in the middle area, or you be helping with the kids in the floating castle that were chosen. Because if you're not chosen, you're basically they treat you like a slave, basically. Because most of these families are your position is judged by your rank. So basically, because of this, it caused a lot. Even though some of these kids look like they're happy, most of them are always competing against each other because, like I said, the more weak you look, the more people are gonna mess with you, and the less stuff you have. So kids are always competing with each other, and it gets worse because each family is supposed to send a few daughters to fight and become as a high princess for the king. So the king have a elite squad. I'm gonna go into that a little bit in another video, but they're called the high princesses, and so each of the 10 great families send a couple daughters, or maybe one, depending on them. I don't fucking know. They send the daughter. The daughter go compete. I don't know what the competition entails, but the only thing I really know about the competition is that a lot of them die. So hopefully they go into it a little bit. If you watch the first season of Tower of God, you've seen a little bit, just a sip, just a little bit of the competition when one of the princesses was talking to Anak and telling her that she had to fight for everything. Remember the lizard when she was being told about this shit? And if you're a family head and you have a lot of wives, you'll have like a main family. So whoever you fuck with the most, if you're a husband or wife, wherever your spouse is, whoever you mess with the most is going to be considered a main family, and then the rest is going to just be a branch family. And the Coon family are known to have the most branch families. So basically, in another way, just saying the Coon family has the most wives. And if you know who Coon is one of the main characters. Yeah, you guys met him in season 1, the blue hair dude. Let's talk about the first family we're gonna talk about. Aaron Han. Some of these names I'm gonna butcher because I'm not Korean. I'm from America, and I have a bad accent, so hopefully I don't mess up too much, but I'm gonna mess a lot of them up. Aaron Han. So we're gonna start with this family because we don't really know shit about it, and once we move up, probably more information we know about them. But most of these families, we don't really have pictures of them. Maybe we just have some of the kids that were introduced into the story. We might have a picture of them and stuff. This family is led by Aaron Han, and it's called the Aaron family. The only thing we know about this bastard, basically, he is the father of one of the 3 lords, Shu Chan. He also has 2 kids that are twins with Ha Yurang, but they never got married. He's also related to another family called the Arie family, which is spelled A-R-I-E. his name is Ari, so there's an extra E. He's related to the other family, Eri family. Also, if you're wondering about the three lords, they're basically the people who are in charge of the highest power in the top. Basically, in rules, they make up the rules and stuff. But I'm assuming the kings and some of these 10 great families can make laws too. But we don't know that because when I was researching into this, it just said the three kings are the one making the laws and stuff. But I highly doubt they have more power than the king. I think they're like the Supreme Court, which they have power, but I feel like there are other forces that can override them, I guess. For the leader, we also don't know his rank. We don't know what position he is. If you guys are confused on what I mean by position, Tower Guard are basically a bunch of people who climb the tower as a team. People can climb solo, but most of the people climb as a team. So that's why when I say position, you shouldn't be confused what I'm talking about. I already made a video about it. Go check out my last video, and then you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Alright, moving on to the next family, the Lopobi family. Ooh, my God, I butchered that. So spelling that is Lopobia. We don't know much about this family, either not even his name, but we do know that he's considered the best anime in the tower. It's also said that he can control all animals of the tower. So this will be like this. If I didn't have my first choice, this would be the second family I wanted to be in, because basically he has the ability to control animals, creatures, basically stuff, and the family head is said to might have the ability to control humans too. So none of this is confirmed, but we know he can control any creature in the tower at least. But it's speculation that he can control humans. We haven't met him, so we don't know. Also, the other thing we know about him is that he's the most lower to the king. His position is obviously an animal, and it's he's basically a summoner. If you guys want to think about the easiest explanation, he controls animals, blah blah blah. So, also his kids are this technique is a bloodline trait, so it's like the Sharingan in Naruto. You can't just learn it if you want. Like some of these positions, you can learn the techniques from other people and stuff. But this one is a bloodline trait. You can't just learn. You have to be related to him somehow. Next family is Bo-Baden family. The Bo-Baden family is so the Pobando family is led by Pobando Gustok. Gusto? My God, whatever. He is the most famous wave rider. Shit, I can't speak today. Wave controller. Not the strongest. He's the most famous. He's also a writer. He is the first living person to record Shinsho, and his rank in the tower is 14. His family is known for research associations. The only thing we know as a requirement for this family to join that is you have to be male. We're not 100% sure if that's true, but so far women are not chosen to be able to join this. So, also, the leader of this family was the one to suggest to Zahad, the king of the tower, to start doing the competitions between the daughters of the families to be able to become Princess of Zahad's, the elite squad I was talking about earlier. And so he came up with the idea. He's also known to be the most knowledgeable one in the tower. And if you're not the king, you're not irregular or part of the 10 great family, he thinks you're a bug. Or he doesn't really respect you like that. He just look at you like you're a bug. Last thing we know about him is that his ex-wife is Eser Blossom. She's also the head of the Iso family. He has one daughter over her, and his daughter is still right now because of a certain incident we don't know about yet. Next family we're going to talk about is the Tupuri family. It is led by Tupuri. This family is known for being a light bearer. The position of light bearer is known for that. The leader is the first light bearer in Tower history. He's also the most active family head right now by creating a lot of items. He created the Opera, which is known as the strongest lighthouse in the tower. The rank of the family head is 11th, and his position is obviously light bearer. And the last thing we know, he has the eye of the god, and we don't know what that means, but I guess it's important. Moving on, like I said, most of these families we don't know too much about. Tower guys like the One Piece of webtoons. There's a lot of shit we still don't know about. So, anyways, moving on. Next family. Next family is the Yuan family. Your family? Is led by Yuahana. None of her kids are blood. It's not her blood kids because she's a virgin, and all her kids are really all her kids are really quote unquote kids are lured children because she's refusing to have kids. Lur is one of the main member of the Yuan family. So she basically has someone, her trusted advisor, to have kids, and his kids are considered the kids of the family. And she doesn't want to have kids. Hana is ranked 17 in the tower. She also has 3 positions. She's a fisherman, wave controller, and Hawasana. Yeah. She's known to be the most beautiful in the Ten Great family, and her family is famous for producing flame user, quote unquote her family, because the kids are really not hers. Your family is a meritocracy, so basically the women tend to have the most power in the family, which is weird. I mean, they look down on the men, but it's weird because she's also known to be the kindest of the 10 great families. So I don't know how that works, but whatever. Our family members are known to have a rare jewelry known as the Zagana flower. She's, like I said, she's the nicest, but don't mess with her. She becomes the scariest woman in the tower. You piss her off. The rumor is that she got her heart broken, so she made a deal with the guardian to not have love for the opposite sex. And that's why she's a virgin, because she really can't feel love anymore. She made a deal. Now moving on to one of the families that I know a lot of people want to talk about, the Kun family, because one of the main characters is from this family. The Kun family is led by Kun Idon, the leader with the most wife. He has the most wife. Member of this family tend to be his family, his bloodlines tend to be smart and cold-hearted schemers. Because of this, the fact that the leader has a lot of kids and they're just cold-hearted, they have the most competitions between each other. Not even just that, the wives would compete too, just to have a favorable position from the head of the family, basically the leader. The leader is low rank 6, and he has 3 positions: spare, bearer, fisherman, and John Soul. He's also the father of Kun Igas, one of the main characters of Tower God. He's the second strongest in the 10 Great family, because the first one is, I'm not even going to say what the first one, you're about to find out. But he's the second because, quote unquote, the king doesn't have his own family, so we're not counting him out of 10. Next family is Ido Lok family. Ido Lok Blood Murder is the leader of this family. This family is known to have the least power amongst the 10 Grey family, but is also known to have the best defensive power of all. And all his children's have short lifespans. And the reason for this is because for the leader to have to be immortal, he gave up. His basically his kids to have short lives and shit. But he's ranked. I'm about to explain why, but let's get to this first. He's ranked 16, and his position is defender. For some reason, he had to make the deal with administrator. He had to give something off like his kids' short lives, but every other family had it for free. So they say he had to beg for it. So I'm guessing he did something. It hasn't been explained yet, but I guess he pissed him off, the administrator. So he had to beg and make a deal, a curse basically to his kids. That's why he also is known for the most kids, because he's trying to stay alive. Next family is the Ha family, led by Ha Yurain. Member blessed with incredible strength, and with their contract with the Guardian, they have the strongest body strength ability, so they're just basically strong. She has twin daughters with Aaron Han, another 10 Grey family member, the first one we talked about. Yet for some reason they didn't get married. She never had kids after the twins she had, and that's why she don't have that many branch family. And the twins are always competing against each other for the family head position, so they don't really get along. Her position is she's a fisherman and a scout, also the first to hold the position scout in the tower. Rank number is 10. Next family is the Escher family, led by Escher Blossom. Her family is known to have great control of Shinso and also love to sleep. So this is one of my favorites, my second or third favorites, because it has one of my favorite characters in the Tower guy. You guys know the dude that's always sleeping in the first season. Watch this first season, you know what I'm talking about. You read the webtoon, you know what I'm talking about. The dude who sleeps, who has a pillow. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. The leader of this family has a lazy personality. She's been called out by other families because, like I said, she has a lazy personality. She's a wave controller. She possesses the most talent and control Shinso, but she doesn't involve herself in politics of the tower. Even though she's known to be the best wave controller, she does not know how to teach people. She's basically just gifted, but she's like one of those gifted people that can't play shit. And basically, most of her family members are talented like that. They're wave controllers and they sleep for some reason. So I guess it's a trait. You call it a trait for some reason. They're good at wave controller, but they also sleep. So now moving on to the last family head and my favorite. And if I was to pick one family in the tower, this is the one I want to pick. The Eren family. Not confused for the first one, but they're related. Eren family. So it's led by Eren Han. This family is known for using swords, and it's said that nobody can beat them in a sword fight. And basically, the way this swordsmanship works is it has no blind spots. The only way to beat this is by overpowering them with physical strength. You can't beat them. You can't beat this swordsmanship unless you're part of the family fighting against each other. That's the only way. That's one of the only way, and the second one you just overpower them with power. But as a swordsman, you can't beat them. Also, Eren Han is the strongest guy in the 10 Grey family. He's ranked 5 and his position is fisherman. He has the only S+ weapon in the tower, known as the White Ore. Also the king, if you guys are wondering, because the king don't have the family, so I'm not going to get to talk about him a lot, but the king is ranked number 3. There's 2 people above him, and he is a fisherman. And that's all so far about the 10 Grey family, so have a nice day. Subscribe, comment down below what webtoon videos you guys want me to speak on, characters you want me to talk on. I'm about to do a couple of God of High School videos and hardcore leveling, and maybe then I'll throw on my top 10 favorites in each series. So I'm trying to do the top 3 series right now currently going on, which I believe is God of High School, Tower of God, and hardcore leveling. Noblesse is done, so if you guys are going to bitch in the comments, Noblesse is not ongoing right now, so whatever. Subscribe, like I said, comment down below. Have a nice day.